Hi, in this tutorial I'm going to show you how to add a product to opencart. The first thing you want to do is log into the admin area. That's what I've got going on here. You'll then be shown the dashboard. Here's the basic things on the dashboard. It shows your latest orders, recent activity, totals, customers, things like that. Here's the menu, and you can either hover over it, but if you're like me, I like to actually be able to read it, and so you can just click on this little icon right here and that'll show you. Now, to add a product, you first need to have categories if you want to have it in a category. This is just a demo account here, and so it already has some categories that actually come standard with opencart when you first install it. And so, for example, we've got cameras right here. To add a category is pretty simple. You just go up to the plus sign here, give it a good name. Let's just say stuff. And the other things you want to do is you want to make sure you give it a good, some good meta tags. I'm not going to do that right now. Meta tags are going to help with your search engine optimization. But to create the category, I have to at least have the meta tag title here. The other thing you'll want to do is you want to go over to data and want to, of course, make sure that it's default on your store. That's pretty typical. But here is where you would actually put in the slug. This is going to be what the actual name of this category shows as in the URL in the website link. So if I was to put stuff here, and my website was example.com, then if I went to example.com/stuff, it would show this category. Now you need to be careful with that and make sure that you're not duplicating another SEO keyword that you have somewhere else. Now, if you want to have multiple words, then don't put spaces in there. You want to put underscores. So if I was to do stuff here, now to put an image here, this image will be actually at the top of the category on the page when somebody clicks on the category, and you have, say you're doing cameras and you want to have a collage of cameras up there for them to see, then you'd add the image here, and you can see I just click on it. I click here, I upload, and I can find the category or the image that I want, and then once it's chosen, then I can click it and add it to right here. If I want the category to be shown on the top menu, then I would, of course, click right here. That adds it to the top menu. You actually want to make sure your sort order is changed to whatever you want it, the order to be. So if you want it to be first on your menu, then you'll change it to, well, leaving it at 0, we'll put it at first as well. But if you wanted to have it be last, then of course you'd have it be the largest number, however many categories you have, and you want this one to be the largest number. So that's what the sort order will do. It'll put it in what order you want the category to appear. So in other words, it's not going to appear alphabetically. It's going to appear the order that you put it. And of course, you want to make sure it's enabled. Once you have all the fields filled in, then you just click Save, and there's your category, and it should show up on page 2 here. And here it is. Okay, so now let's add a product. So now we go to Products, and you can see here's all the products, and they're on multiple pages. Some of the interesting things that the products will show is it has the name, the model, the price, and you can see that this one has a special going on right now, and so it crossed out that price and it shows you. So at a glance, you can easily see which products are on special right now. And of course, this is only for the admin to see, but this allows you to easily see, oh, I still have that special going on. Here's another great thing. You can see what quantity you have left. If you only have 10 of a certain product, and when you sell out of those products, you want the product to disappear off the product page, then you put in the quantity, and once that quantity is gone, each time somebody orders, it'll take off of that quantity number. And so, this one shows 7. So once those 7 are gone, then it'll show 0, and it'll be out. And you can see right here we've got a 0 right here, and it will automatically disappear off the product page once it's out. Well, it depends on your settings. You can go into the settings and tell it to show out of stock, or you can tell it to not show them. Anyway, so that's part of the settings. But let's go in and let's create a new product. So the first thing we come to is the product name, and so we'll do, say, teddy bears. And of course we're going to put a nice elaborate description here. You know, we're not going to leave this blank, but I'm just going to put in, let's just put teddy bears in there as well. And here, of course, we're also going to need to put a nice nice meta tag in there for the search engines. And you do want these to be somewhat different on each page as much as you can. And then, of course, you should fill in the meta tag description, meta tag keywords as well. But now let's go up to the data. And this is where you really need to make sure you fill in everything pretty good. So the first one is you can put in whatever you want there. If you have an official SKU, and I know that there's, you know, I guess you can actually register it, but if not, you just want it to be your SKU for your company, then go ahead and put that in there. You don't have to put in anything here. You can see it's not required, but it's nice to have something in there. I like it to be on there so that it shows up on my invoices and stuff like that. The price, for some reason the price is not required. I don't know why opencart did that, but definitely you should go in there and put a price in there. And the tax class will define if it is a taxable product or a non-taxable product, and for that you'll need to go into tax classes and see what those are. Let's go ahead and just mark this one as a taxable good. Here's where you put in how many you have on hand. Generally, if I'm not subtracting from stock, I will just go ahead and just put a number like that. That just reminds me that it's it's one that doesn't deplete. But if you want it to, if you have 100 on hand, and once those 100 are gone, you're not going to get any more. You want it gone. Just go ahead and mark that there. Subtract from stock. This is where you would declare that if you want it subtracted from stock or not. I'm going to put no on this one. Minimum quantity. This is how many need to be ordered. So if you're selling 3 at a time, and you need 3 to be sold at a time, then go ahead and put your minimum quantity here. So if you're just selling 1 at a time, then that's great. So if you are marking it out of stock, you can have what the out of stock message will be when they go to it. You can have it say in stock, out of stock, whatever. And requires shipping. Yes, it does require shipping, and that will flag opencart to charge shipping to the client. And here's another spot where you'd put in your SEO keywords. So if this is teddy bears, I'm going to go teddy bears like that. Available today. You're going to put your measurements in here, of course. You can go into the settings, and you can choose that it'll be defaulted to inches and maybe ounces. I like to go with ounces rather than pounds. Depends on how big of the products they are that you're selling. Then you'd go in here and of course fill in the measurement, the weight, and all that. The other things that you need to worry about is discounts. If you have like a wholesale membership program, then you'll go in here and you'll add in how much it is for wholesale. If you want to add multiple images, of course back here, let me go back here, still need to show you this. For categories, here's where we'll add the stuff category. And I have to start typing, and as I start typing it finds it for me. So it is kind of an autocomplete type thing, so as I'm typing, so if I type C, then it comes up with cameras, components, stuff like that. Type S, gives me the other options. So I do have to start typing, and so you can kind of go through and look at some of these different things that are here. But you do want to make sure that you add your category so that it'll show up in the proper category. Like I said, discounts, if you want to offer a wholesale membership or something like that, then you'll add that there. We go back here, and I forgot to mention the image here. The image here is just like the category image. You click on that, click on this here, you upload the image, you add it to it, and it's done. If you want to add more images, so this is the default image, this is the main image that's going to be shown for the product. If you want to add other views of the product, if you have a camera or whatever and you want to show a good, nice quality picture at the first, then you put that here, and then you want to have other angles of the camera, then you'll go here and you'll just add more pictures, and you can change the sort order, which one's first, which one's next, and so on and so on. Reward points, if you're offering a reward system to your clients, if they buy multiple if they keep coming back and buying from you, you can offer reward points, and those points can be used for purchases and stuff like that. So you can say how much this product is worth, and that's if you're doing that. Design, you don't really want to mess with this. This changes the layout of this particular page, and you don't really need to do that. So that's how you add products. I'm going to try to add some more tutorials here so you can find out some other things, but I just want, this is one of the main things, is product. So that's how you add them.